All right, guys, we are going to go hit BP this morning. This is going to be a lengthy video, but I think it's going to be well worth it for a lot of you guys out there. And I think if you do exactly what we're doing, I think you're going to get a little bit more longevity out of your bat. You're not going to crack them prematurely like a lot of guys out there are doing. There's a reason, and I was talking to Billy about this, and I've been wanting to put this video out there. It's going to be a long video, and I wanted to talk about some things about how bats are made, because bats are made different now than they were 5 years ago. So things have changed, and we've been doing this. What I'm going to show you guys, if we've been doing this probably for about 13 years now, and we don't crack a lot of bats. Every once in a while, you see the behind the scenes video, you'll see when we crack a bat. And usually if we do, it's our fault. We're either hitting it when it's too cold or we're hitting it too long. And I'm going to talk about that at the end of the video. I'm actually going to do a separate video showing you us cracking a bat and why it cracked. So that's another different video I'm going to do. It's going to probably be around a 10-minute video, and I'll explain to you guys why we crack these bats, and I'm going to show you why we crack these bats. So what I do is we schedule our hitting. See, we're in control of everything. We're in control of our environment. We're in control of everything that we do leading up to us hitting. We don't just spontaneous go, hey, let's go out and hit today because, you know, in another 30 minutes it's going to be 75 degrees. No, we don't. We schedule our stuff. Like, okay, like this morning, we're on our way. I'm on my way to the ballpark. We're going to hit. My balls Saturday morning were put inside because we already scheduled. We knew what the weather was going to be today by the time we get there. And I know what the weather's going to be on Thursday because we're going to hit again on Thursday. So our balls in my little cart, my big cart, goes inside the house. Wife doesn't like it, but she knows the method. She knows the procedure. Goes inside the house. My ball bag is inside the house. Now the other guys, I am not in control of their bats, but I always keep the bats we're doing reviews on and that we're hitting a lot. Unless it's Billy's bat, then he keeps his stuff, and you guys know that if you watch the videos. So I'm in control of that. So that's scheduled way long before. I don't leave any balls in the truck. I don't leave any bats in the truck because it gets cold at night, during the winter time, during the fall, and early spring. Guys, what I see for the last 13 years is a lot of you guys are complaining about cracking bats, and it's usually this time of year when you're complaining. Now, summertime, it's not as high. So if you go by percentages, the most percentage of you guys cracking bats are during the wintertime. And then you complain that your bat cracked in 75 swings, but I don't know how you're breaking your bat in. And this is what this video is about. How are you breaking your bat in? Are you letting it relax? Are you letting it breathe? And I'll get to that later on when I talk about this. We're headed on our way out. The truck it's hot in this truck, right? I've got the balls in the back. I'm headed to the ballpark. I got my bat bag right here with my bats in it, with the bats we're going to do reviews on. This has been happening like this, guys, for the last 13 years that it has been cold during the winter time. And we're not cracking bats during the wintertime. There's a reason why we're not cracking bats. And I think with this video, it's kind of explained because I know 80% of you guys aren't doing this out there whenever it comes to hitting. And if you guys watch our behind the scenes and you kind of look real closely, you'll understand why we're not cracking a lot of bats. And the second part, because this is going to be a first part of me talking on my way in to go hit. And then I'm going to show you us hitting, and it's going to be kind of like a little long video of us hitting, and at the end probably a 10-minute video talking about, okay, now did you guys see this? Did you guys see what we did? Did you guys see that we took breaks in between bats? We didn't hit consecutively the same bat guy after guy after guy, especially when it comes to starting off. Now when we started off, like a lot of times we'll hit spinners. One thing I did do too is I kicked out all the rocks in my bag. I only hit Dudley Thunder Advanced. That's all I hit right now because they hold their compression. It's 44-375 compression. Your rocks are not a 44-375 compression. That compression is higher than, I bet it's a 450 compression on those rocks, 425 compression on those rocks. That's why we don't hit them. That's why everybody likes hitting those rocks during Vegas, guys, because those are not 44-375 compression rocks. There's a lot of BP balls out there that claim that they're 52-300s. You know, they're under 44-375s. That's the ones I hit are spinners. I can't talk about everybody else's because there is some talk about those balls are not good for hitting BP in. We hit the spinners at first, and then when the temperature is where we want it, we'll start hitting the regular 44 375s. During this year, and I told you guys I was going to do a review on this probably halfway through the year. This coming up year is I bought a lot of spinners, and we're going to hit the spinners when it's cold outside. What I've been doing now, because if we're going to break a bat in, especially, and because if it's a little chilly, we'll start off with the spinners. Then I'll break the 44 375 Thunder Advance in later on, and we'll hit that at the end to try to get a feel for the bat on the performance. But breaking a bat in, we're using our spinners to break it in, and then finish up with the 44 375 compression balls. A lot of you guys were talking about 52 300s. Yes, you know, a good 52 300 is good for breaking a bat in. The problem with a lot of you guys out there is you like hitting the ball far. You don't think past your nose when it comes to breaking a bat in. You want performance like really fast. So you guys get out there and hit them stadium balls. Her guy the other day said he cracked his bat. Well, what balls you were hitting? What stadium balls? I just shake my head. So spinners are good, is what we hit. We're starting off, and guys, this is something we've been doing for 13 years now, and we don't get a lot of breakage. You guys hear I hit 1,000 swings on this bat. I've got 600 swings on this bat. I've got 700 on this bat. Very seldom do we crack a bat, and usually when we do, we know why we did it, because we go back and look at the video, or we'll look at the temperature. And you guys are calling different bat companies out. This bat sucks because it cracks too early. Well, okay, they put out 6,000 bats they've sold within the last 3 months. And there's only a few guys saying they crack. So there's a problem with the way you're breaking your bats in. And I just want to address that right now and see if I can't fix that problem, because we're not getting the same results. It was Adidas, it was Suncoast. Remember when Suncoast two-piece came out? A lot of you guys say we're blowing those bats up, which, you know, he didn't change anything. And then now it usually happens during the wintertime. But what I think is, I don't think you guys know about carbon. Kevlar, what you have to do, the rosin that's actually putting those bats together. I don't think a lot of you guys actually know how you're supposed to break these bats in. So in this video, especially the last segment of it, because I'm going to do a little talk in the beginning right here, 8-9 minutes, and then I'm going to show you us hitting, actually breaking a bat in. And then it's going to show when we first start hitting it. You know, this is another thing too, and you'll see it in the video. When Bubba starts off hitting, you'll watch him. If you guys watch behind the scenes, when Bubba starts off hitting, he takes some just easy swings, turning the bat in his hands. We got to constantly remind our guys too, you know, turn the bat in your hands, especially the new guys that come out and they're swinging our bats we're doing reviews on. Turn it in your hands, turn it in your hands. So you'll see Bubba up there when he leads off all the time, and you'll just see him taking easy hacks and easy hacks, and then you'll see him pick it up the next round and then pick it up the next round. So, and we don't hit consecutively every bat. In other words, Bubba will be done, he'll throw it down, let it breathe, let it relax. Like Billy calls it, let it breathe, because when you keep hitting it, can't catch his breath. It's what he says. You know, it's not literally, but the way he talks about it, can't catch his breath. Let it relax. Let the carbon relax. And you'll see us swapping bats out. If a guy takes 30 swings, he's usually taking 10 or 15 with one bat. And then he'll throw it to the side and grab another bat. Let that bat relax. Let the carbon relax. I've actually, guys, Trey was doing this. Trey was hitting it was the Blaze, the Johnny Blaze bat. Trey was hitting it, and he was just kept going because the bat was performing for him. When a lot of these guys, you got to shut them off, because when they get a bat that performs and they get on a roll, they just keep hitting it. I told him to stop, and I grabbed the bat from him and I held on to the barrel. The barrel was warm. It wasn't hot, but the barrel was warm. And I'm going to get into that in that second segment that I'm going to do when I start talking when we're done hitting. But look at the video, guys. It's going to actually benefit a lot of you guys out there. Just watch how we do this, you know, and I think it's the best way to actually, for one, break a bat in and get it to perform very well for you. Breaks it in all the way around. And then longevity, the biggest one, because we're getting longevity on a lot of our top performing bats, and I think our way is the best way to do it. Watch the video, guys.
Yeah, well, it's not too close. You're just flat. I think it's all right. I'm just swinging easy too. I was like, everything was like this. Even my freedom runs like this. That's about 15 with it. I'll swing this, you're gonna swing that one, then I'll swing this one.
Make sure you turn the bat. You listening? Make sure you turn the bat in your hands. My minions are watching you.
Oh, I do all the time.
They're going to tell me when you're not turning the bat in your hands.
I just do it.
Did you see that? Hey, see the comment?
Yeah. I'll put it on the ground and it moves in my hand.
Yeah, because that's what I was like, when I hit that red one up. We're on. You hear people wave with the camera. Like this shit here, it's like you're right next to it. I guess I'm almost yeah. When you airplane from your phone to your big screen TV, it's like...
Well, I got those, the YouTube app on my TV. I can watch it.
Yeah, you
One more.
Yeah, you play it on the YouTube.
I hit that one in the back.
Then you gotta go through twice. Lighter, wait, the lighter is. I don't know, I've got your link. Gotcha. You send it to half minute. Well, left for left. Yeah, we lost that. Don't know what I can steal for a while.
Bad.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Bad, right? Temple was bad. We played on the field on the right as you walk in. It flew across from third to first. Let me see. No, from first to third.
So is field set up like this, same direction?
Yeah. It was blown across. It was blown across like this. The guy would throw the pitch like 4 foot outside. My first at bat, I got up there and I go, because the temperature wasn't bad. I mean, it was probably 68 our first game.
Just windy.
Yeah, just when it got up there, I go, man, I said, I'm feeling good. Shit. He threw that first pitch, boom, and I hit it. It was in front of the dugout, and it was over second base on the next field going that way. And the umpire goes, a little ahead of that. Where did that
How does that one feel?
That's stiff.
Compared to yours?
Stiff.
A lot?
Yeah. I mean, it's not ready.
No.
brand new,
Yeah.
but it's got a lighter end load.
I hit a couple that popped. Out there, you go. Yeah, it does have a lot of remote. Wrong bat.
Wrong bat. What'd you start with? Oh, I started with Anarchy.
I'll start with this one.
See how he is?
Lucas.
Dave, these are the half pounds?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I know.
17.6 and 17.1?
I know. He's gonna get a text back today going, these are not half pounds anyway.
He sent me a video. And the thing he sent me, you should only see half the video. He said, oh, no.
That's where I wanted it, but my hands are slow today. Probably those 3 games last night.
Probably didn't help matters.
Quirky, what is the fucking mirror lure?
8.
Yeah.
Look at it. I said, hey, we're trying to expand, you know, maybe
That's heavy.
you get some,
It is heavy, isn't it?
get us some rods, we can test rods.
Yeah, I can tell why we're swinging it.
Yep. Nice
2
knuckleballs.
knuckleballs in a row.
Yep.
3.
3. All right, that's 15. Close enough. Get that one. Pick it up. Or whichever one. That bat there, man, that bat feels pretty good right there, dude.
Yeah, it does.
It does,
It
man.
looks, I mean, the ball coming off of it
Yeah.
looks good.
That thing was turning.
I wasn't taking full swings with it, and it felt pretty good.
That weight was, once I got it.
Yes. Once you adjusted to it. That one doesn't have as much in the end.
That's why I'm ahead of it right now.
Like that one we hit. He hit it. I mean, that one, the black one, he hit it.
Sore.
30. He gave it to you, you took it right after. Hit a bunch and then Dave gave it to me.
5.
And then go like that, that's full there, full there.
Oh, no.
Not there.
Nope. Got him. Got him again.
Yeah, you getting on that one.
Oh, no, right there, too. 2 more.
get that around too fast.
Well, you got to wait for it to get up on
Yeah.
top of you a little bit. The balls that you hit really good were up here on
Up
top
there.
of you.
That wind.
Yeah, it's pushing it over.
Stay right here.
Woo! See, I'm back on my swing weight.
Got that one. A little early, but still pretty good.
Ah.
We need to put that on. That needs to be on one of your podcasts. Yeah.
Here's the deal.
We have some episodes.
Oh, that was a good pitch. I still hit it okay. Should have hit that a lot further though.
And here's the reason.
Got him in the door, though.
Yes, it did get him in the door.
He invited back.
Yeah. Right.
Tell me here about it.
Dude, I mean, he's right. Only the 6'2".
Four more. Enough to
See, that bat's got a lot more swings on it too, doesn't it?
one more. Ah, not that one. Give me one more. God. No.
No, I didn't got it. Oh, come on. You swing a bearskin bat.
I don't have that.
A little flatter.
Not fun.
Here. Really? Really?
Damn. What's that light?
That blue one?
You can't get this and put that light back.
No, too light for you. You can't get no
No
good.
way.
Look at, see that ball take off?
Yep.
You see what it did?
goes up.
It straightened out and it took off again. You just gotta get used to it.
There you go.
Get that ball fucking 2 foot off the ground. It went out. Oh, yeah, it did. It went out.
Yeah, it went out.
Look at, did
That
you
ball
see that?
moved.
Shit.
Man, it went that way.
All right, there you go.
5 in a row.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, man.
See, that was the one there. That was a whole ounce difference. I couldn't.
Stop.
But if you want to slide, you can't slide it up. 24 ounce, but it's going to swing different. Got a little bit more weight on the end. quick with it.
Yeah.
Here.
Okay, yeah. That's the new one. Go. Mule. He's the mule.
Man, y'all messing him all up.
We all got all the weights. This one feels like a log now.
You got one at 16.7 over here. You want to
Yeah.
try swinging that one?
Pretty good.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, but you're back on it. In other words,
Yeah.
you spun that ball good and you went with the wind.
Yeah, I hit. Wind helped me a little bit.
You see the difference?
Fuck.
See, nobody used to. No.
Oh.
Here.
Straight over.
Really, 8/10 of an ounce it adds to that. I didn't see that one.
Fly ball. That's good.
Look at, see?
I made it.
See, that bat has 15.5 and my other one's 16.6. That's just.
Oh, dang it.
Well, I don't. Yeah.
Look what he's doing.
One of the old deals where you
Used to it.
have Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
That's all. I guarantee you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Mine's a 25. That's a 24.
Yeah, but we've always been talking about just
Couple more out.
Yeah. It doesn't matter on these.
It doesn't matter. The old days, the actual weight was all
Yeah.
He's topping the fuck out of him.
That'll be yours. Out of 4,500.
I'm good.
4,000.
Tired now.
45.
In the camera?
Yeah. Easy.
Damn, that's another field.
You're in that good. That bat is getting better. Yeah.
That's one everything else.
And 9. Yeah. 9 or 10, something like that. Yeah, they got good bats. They're not great.
That ball's hit.
Tell you what, there's a lot of great stuff out there. What's in there?
Get back, open it up.
Yep.
12, 3 more.
It's against the wind, dude.
Yep.
That's it. I took the same swing with that one.
You got to go down and wait on that.
Oh.
Yep.
Probably hit him. Not what I wanted. Damn it. Ah, good pitch. Back. It's fucking bad, dude. It's hard to get used to.
All right, guys, what you saw right there is how we actually break our bats in, how we hit balls, how we we start off our review is, and I think this helps with the longevity, the durability of the bats that I swing, because I'm not getting the same results that you guys are getting with these bats that you guys swing. Even when I can remember years ago with the Adidas 12-inch barrel, the orange and gray bat, a lot of you guys were saying those bats are cracking. And then there was another bat that was out, the Suncoast. Last couple of years, a lot of you guys said those bats were cracking. So, and we didn't get the same response. We didn't get the same at the end of when we were hitting that you guys did that were cracking these bats. And you gotta sit there and think about it too, guys. Like 10% of every bat that's made is there's breakage. You have a blim in the bat. And I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about what balls are you guys hitting. You know, I don't hit any of the rock balls anymore, like I said in the beginning of this video. And basically what we do is our first round, you know, we kind of swing 50-60%. You know, next round we'll pick it up a notch, and on our last round we're doing 100%. But by that time that everybody, and you can see in the video that everybody was swinging the same bat, so we got over 150 swings on a bat just by hitting in increments of like 10 to 15 swings, 10 to 15, and then letting that bat rest, letting it breathe, Billy says. Because you can weaken a barrel by putting too many cuts on it. And I think what happens to a lot of you guys, and I've seen you guys do this, is you get up there and take 30 to 40 cuts. Let me tell you how I found that one out. By me cutting up video. We cracked the Anarchy, and we cracked one of them at 700 swings. Well, what happened was Trey was hitting and hitting and hitting, and I kind of popped off. And I want to find this video, and I'm gonna show it to you guys. But I kind of popped off and said, you know, hey, are your hands bleeding? Because Trey hit it a lot. Well, he hit that Anarchy 13-inch so good that Mark Reeves, right behind him, jumped in line and just grabbed the bat from Trey and started hitting it. Well, 15 swings into it, he cracks the bat. You fucking idiot. We really have dumb drivers here. About 15 swings into it, he cracks the bat. And they're going like, well, you know, okay, we got over 700 swings on it, you know, 650 swings on it. So that's, you know, not going to be a bad bat. But I said, well, why did that bat crack? And I said, and then I went back and counted all the swings that Trey took, and then Mark Reeves jumped right into it. What happens to those barrels of those composite bats? They heat up. They get, Billy says a word for it, they get excited. You know, like you would grab a piece of metal and you bend it, it heats it up. Well, same thing, you can do that with a bat, with a composite bat, Kevlar or whatever. These composite bats, too many of you guys get in there and you're taking 30, 40 cuts with it, and you don't give it time to cool down. So what we've been doing for years, guys, if we were taking 15, 20 cuts, and then we would throw that bat on the ground, let it cool down, and then we would get back up there, and the next guy in the next round would hit. And the way we do it now, and you can see it in today, is when a guy gets finished with it, he'll throw it on the ground, and the guy behind him won't pick that bat up anymore. He'll grab another bat. What happened the other day when we cracked those bats, and it was both the Anarchies, is Bubba started swinging it. Somebody would hit, Trey was hitting before Bubba their 12-inch, and then Bubba grabbed that Anarchy right behind him and jumped in there and started swinging it because they got good response. And that's the problem with cracking. Your partner or your buddy that you hit with sees you putting up 30, 40 swings. So what he does is he likes the way it's performing that you're swinging it. So what does he do? He grabs it right out of your hand and goes up there and starts swinging with it. That's the worst thing you can do. It breaks down the carbon, it heats it up, and you're going to get a cracked bat. You're going to get a damaged barrel bat, and that bat won't last you that long. I don't think a lot of you guys actually know what's going on with that carbon when you take too many swings. And a lot of you guys are hitting these, what you think are, you know, 44 375 compression balls, and you guys think that that's doing nothing to the barrel whenever you're swinging a rock, you know, or the Trump stove balls that came out last year, which are hot. And I actually think if you compression test those Trump balls, the rocks, that their compression test is going to be well over 400 compression test, but they say 375 on it. So the balls that we're swinging are the Thunder Advance, the Dudley Thunder Advance, which they're good balls, guys, but they're a true 44 375 compression ball, because we've had them tested before years ago. That's how come I like hitting those balls. But every once in a while I'll get a rock in there and I would leave it in there, and then what I did just recently is I got rid of all the rocks. All the rocks are gone. So how old are the balls that you're hitting? That's another thing too, guys. You know, how cold is it? You know, a lot of you guys, you know, we kind of pick and choose our days here in Texas, because it's like tomorrow they got a cold front coming in. It's going to be 50 degrees all day. Today, right now, I'm getting home and it's 73 degrees when we're hitting in this video right here. And you can see the bats that we swung. And what we usually do is, you know, we try to hit in 70-degree weather. You know, anywhere in the 70s with these high. Times have changed, guys. These bats aren't like they were 10 years ago, 15, you know, 12, 5 years ago. You can't treat them the same way you used to do all them durable bats that, you know, 1,000 swings. And another thing too, you're not going to get, it's very hard to get 1,000 swings out of a bat. The year the OG Dudleys is over. That's never going to come back. You just got to deal with that. It's never going to come back. You're not going to get a bat that'll run you 2,000, 3,000 swings. It just doesn't happen that way anymore, because you don't make money off of it. You're running a company, you will not make money off that bat, although it was one of the best bats ever made. So basically what we do is we get in there and, you know, don't take more than 20 swings you know, every time you have a session, like you go in there. A lot of the guys today were doing 15. You know, me and Billy don't see, that's me and Billy has bats that don't crack a lot, but our bat speed's still up there because we don't get up there and hit 30 swings every time, you know, get in there and hit 30 balls every time. You know, so our bats last a little bit longer. Plus, we take off, like you can see in the video today. We don't do our 100% game right when it's fresh. We don't do our 100% getting out there and taking cuts. We kind of give it a little time. We hit spinners the first time around, kind of get that soft compression on that barrel with those spinners. You know, if you guys are swinging, you know, you guys are hitting a 52-300, that's, you know, you can get that soft tap, that soft impact to barrel on that, and it's going to break that rosin up in that barrel. It's not going to crush it, not going to powderize it. It's going to actually crack it and break it up softly. And then at every round, you guys are going to be putting harder swings on it. That's the way we do it here. We've been doing it that way for years. And I think what the problem with a lot of you guys out there is you'll grab a bat, you know, and the reason it cracks early is because you're not giving it time to rest. You're not giving that barrel time to rest, time to relax, because you guys can look this up too. There's research on it. You guys, you know, take a hard ass ball and you take it up against that barrel and you're hitting it. It actually excites that carbon, every time it compresses. And if you're taking 30, 40 cuts and then the next guy grabs that same bat behind you, he's putting 20, 30, 40 cuts on it too. And that's just way too much for that barrel. That barrel will be damaged and that barrel will actually crack on you prematurely. I hope this video helps, guys, and it helps with the bat. The one thing about that you guys need to get out of your head too is a lot of these bat manufacturers aren't out there to fuck you. They're not out there to sell some shit, snake oil shit, hot ass bat that cracks within 100 swings, especially when other people are swinging it. And guys, here's another thing too, and they're getting longevity out of it. It's just our opinion when it comes to this shit, and we tend to take, which we don't give a shit, but we tend to take the brunt of a lot of conversation. What Dave says, or Billy, or, you know, Senior Softball Bat Review says this bat lasts 1,000 swings. Well, I said that about just recently I said it about the Blaze, Johnny Blaze bat. But guys, just because it lasts 1,000 with us, doesn't mean it's going to last 1,000 with you. Our bat speed's different than yours. You know, a lot of our guys have a lower bat speed. And another thing, just the way we break it in, we let that bat rest. We let that bat breathe. We let that bat the carbon start to relax in it, and then we pick it up and hit it again after it's done that. That's one thing you guys don't even look into. You just get up there and whack, 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 whack. You know, it's almost like just playing tennis with you guys. You're just out there smacking it. But that carbon is being damaged when you keep doing that. You got to let that barrel rest, relax, and breathe. Right, guys, if you like this video, please hit the like button, and I've got a couple more here for you to watch, and I've also got a subscribe button, so hit on it and then hit the bell. That way you get notifications whenever I put out another video. Thanks, guys.